Let's face it, anything Nintendo does is almost always 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And it isn't any different with something like Gamechat, which was on the original Xbox 25 years ago, by the way. Everything they do well with Gamechat, they do really well. But then there's a couple of things that make absolutely no sense at all. Hi there fellow Nintendo gamers, I'm VeggieVulture and this is still your go-to YouTube channel for anything Nintendo Switch 2. And now that we're slowly getting out of the honeymoon phase of the Nintendo Switch 2, I want to start talking about a few things that really start bothering me, especially with the voice chat feature of the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and tell me in the comments that I'm doing a good job or whatever, because it really helps a small YouTuber like myself out more than you know. But without further ado, before I go into 3 points that I actually really dislike about the voice chat feature on the Nintendo Switch 2, I want to quickly talk about what I do like about the voice feature chat thingy of the Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, by the way, really quickly, if you want to win a Pro Controller, I'll be doing a giveaway video soon where you get a chance to win a Pro Controller, Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller for yourself. So make sure to subscribe and not miss out on that. So I've been wanting a form of voice chat on my Nintendo Switch ever since the original Switch came out. I've played a lot of Warframe on my Nintendo Switch with Sam, my main Nintendo buddy, and that actually had a voice chat feature in the game, just like games like Fortnite had a voice chat feature in the game, and I really liked using that voice chat feature in Warframe. But once you get out of the game or whatever, or out of the party in that game, you lose the communication with your friend, and you can go back to Discord and that send them a message like rejoin my game, that kind of stuff. So I always wanted that. I just wanted a native app to the Switch that just worked, where I got my audio of my game in my ear and I could actually talk to my friend, and I had my friend's voice in my ear as well, and everything just worked seamlessly. And that is what Nintendo Switch 2 does really well at this point. The Nintendo Switch 2 has a native voice chat app option, which is called Gamechat, if I'm correctly, and it works really well. The quality is there. I mean, there is a microphone, like this little tiny microphone on top of the actual console, and when you sit 2-3 meters away from it, it still really clearly picks up your voice for your friend. Sam, who is my main Nintendo buddy, plays like that. He plays docked mostly, and then he sits like 2 meters away from his Nintendo, and he just starts talking to me, and I can, in my ears, hear him very well, which is really cool because his boyfriend is almost always also home, and he's like, I don't know what he's doing. He's in the kitchen making smoothies or whatever. I cannot hear any of the noise. I can only hear voice, which is really cool that this like sort of artificial intelligence stuff is going on behind the scenes with Nintendo. Also, when I plug in my really cheap headset earbuds that I got for free in a phone like 10 years ago into my Pro Controller, it just mutes sound on my television. I get game sound in my ears, and I get my friend's voice in my ears, and it picks up the microphone from those earbuds. It does it very well. That is something I wanted to get out of the way really quickly. So when the voice chat game chat feature was announced for the Nintendo Switch 2, I was really damn excited. Not because I thought it was like the new thing, because Xbox had it like 25 years ago, right? But because we could finally have everything, for me, just fell into place in a certain way, because the fun of Nintendo and the potential of playing multiplayer Nintendo games with an actual good functioning voice chat, I don't know, it excited me a lot, and I've been using it almost every gaming session since the Switch 2 came out. Outside of that, the way it is presented in the menu and with the chat button on the controller, on the Joy-Cons, and on the Pro Controller, it's just all very easy to use. Nintendo does that really well. The whole like experience and the user interface, the UI of it, is really easy to use. You can pick a slider and increase the volume of your friend's voice and decrease the volume of your friend's voice compared to like the game volume. Everything you expect one of those things to have, but it's all very, you can find everything very well and very easily, and that is also, for me as a console gamer, it's just super important that I can find the stuff that I need really quickly. Now, that is all of the good stuff, and I use the app a lot, and I love using the app with Sam, my main Nintendo buddy. But then there is a bunch of stuff that really bothers the heck out of me. And one of the first things is something that didn't bother me in the beginning. I was like, it's just a minor thing. But the more I use it, the more it freaking starts bothering me. And that is the fact that it always opens in a small screen when somebody joins your chat. So you start a game chat with somebody, right? I invite Sam, and I start my game chat. My gaming screen, my actual Switch screen, is small on my television, and then all of the participants or potential participants of the chat are below in like a Zoom call kind of way, right? A Discord Zoom call kind of way, which is cool. It's cool that it's there for like game share and screen share and all that stuff, but it defaultly opens in that window. I always need to go to the cog, and I think it's the bottom right corner, open that cog, go to the menu, and then select full screen. There's like small screen, bigger screen, and then there's full screen, right? I always manually have to do that, and I do not know why that bothers me as much as it does, but it freaking does. And yeah, it's just something, it's a small thing, an oversight. I think it's an oversight, and I really hope they'll update it where I can set the big screen, widescreen thingy as the default screen. But judging Nintendo, it's probably never going to be updated, because they also have a section in their menu called Teams for like, I don't know, 10 years now, and there's still no Teams. So, I mean, that's what Nintendo does. They just do something and then completely ignore it, and I really don't like that. Like, it's not a reason for me not to use the voice chat app, but it really starts bothering me. Then there's another thing that really doesn't make sense, and it hasn't actually bothered me yet, and that's because I only have one friend that has a Nintendo Switch 2 right now, like one real friend to play with a lot. So I invite my friend to Gamechat, right? He joins Gamechat. Say one of my other friends buys a Nintendo Switch 2 in September or around Christmas or on Black Friday, whatever. They buy a Switch 2 and they're like, happy Switch 2. And I'm in an actual active game chat with my friend Sam, right? And the other guy, let's name him, I don't know, Tom. Tom shows up. Oh, Tom came online. Oh, let's invite him to our game chat session. You can't. You need to leave your current call and then create a new one. So let's say you have a group of 4 or 5 friends who just show up at different times, and sometimes you're playing Fantasy Life with somebody and you're like, hey, you know what, if this other guy comes on, let's just play, I don't know, Splatoon together, right? And then if that other dude comes on, let's play Splatoon together with 4, right? And then every time somebody new comes on and you want them in your game chat, you need to close your current call and you need to create a new call. It blows my mind that the brains at Nintendo have programmed it that way. Is it an oversight? Do they have reason to their madness? I have no idea. There's probably a reason to it, because Nintendo is like super, I don't know, strict with like communication kind of stuff, which makes sense, by the way. But yeah, for a gamer like me who probably later down the line, I don't know, a year from now, I'll probably, my Nintendo friends who have Nintendo Switch 1s right now will probably buy the Nintendo Switch 2 later down the line, and will have to close down and reopen new chats constantly, which bothers the heck out of me already, although it hasn't bothered me yet. Just the idea of it bothers me, if that makes any sense at all. And that's it. That's my somewhat brutally honest review of the voice chat feature, the game chat feature on the Nintendo Switch 2. I am a Nintendo Switch 2 YouTube channel. That does not mean that I like everything that Nintendo does. I love my Nintendo Switch 2, and it is really on its way to becoming my favorite console of all time. Of course, depending on a lot of games that would potentially come to it. But there's also downsides, like there's downsides to Xbox, there's downsides to PC gaming, and there's downsides to PlayStation. Now, if you like what I'm doing on this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and tell me in the comments that I'm doing a good job. If you have any questions or any suggestions, or you want to just like have a competitive banter over like a super specific subject, and you disagree with me, super cool, put it in the comments below, and until next video, bye-bye.